In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, hello everybody, how are you doing? We'll be doing great by the mercy and grace of Almighty Allah. My name's NA Saqib, I'm your arts mentor, IELTS trainer. Additionally, been also teaching the students of spoken English for the last 20 years at the platform of Genius Institute, Lahore. Dear friends, we are also professional student visa consultants. We accept your applications for UK, Australia, Canada and America and across Europe. And you can find our success stories on our YouTube channel, Genius Institute Lahore, which you would have subscribed by now, hopefully. Dear friends, my today's lecture would be about, once again, IELTS Writing Task 2, and particularly about some common connective words or linking words. In this video, I'm going to introduce you with all these words, and in the next video, I'll be just using these connective words in different sentences for your better understanding. So, what do they show, these connective words? Actually, these connective words are used to show relationship between ideas. And moreover, these connective words are used to join two or more sentences or clauses together. In other words, these words stick the other words together and lend continuity to sentences or paragraphs. So familiarity with these words is extremely essential, as it's very useful in all IELTS test modules like listening, speaking, reading and writing. It's directly useful for writing and speaking modules, but it is also indirectly useful for listening and reading as well for better understanding. Dear friends, we can use these connective words for giving example, showing time, showing consequence, showing for progression, showing contrast, showing certainty, showing reason, showing conditions, showing addition, and for showing summary as well. So let's get started and try to understand what are these connective words. We'll be just talking about them for the sake of understanding and understand the concept of these words. Today, a bit of familiarity with these words would be possible in this lecture. In the next upcoming lecture, I will upload some wonderful sentences in which these connective or linking words would have been used for better understanding. So let's get started. I would like to introduce you with the words which can be used for giving examples. Number one, very well known. For example, one example such as, for instance, to illustrate, as an illustration. Now for showing time, which are those words used? At the moment, until, since, whenever, meanwhile, as soon as, when, just as, and before. Now, what are those phrases or connective words used for showing consequence? As a consequence, consequently, eventually, therefore, it follows that, as a result, thus, and so. For progression, what are the connective words used for progression? Firstly, secondly, thirdly, following this, to begin with, initially, after this, After that, afterwards, finally, and lastly. Now, for showing contrast, in contrast, however, conversely, rather, but, whereas, otherwise, compared to, alternatively, even though, on the other hand, despite, in spite of, though, nonetheless, although, nevertheless, instead of, on the contrary, for showing certainty, of course, undoubtedly, certainly, and obviously, for showing reason, because of, in other words, due to, owing to, the reason why leads to cause, for showing condition, whether, depending on, if, unless, so that, in case, for addition, in addition, moreover, also, furthermore, besides, likewise, similarly, as well as, and for summarizing or to show summary, to sum up, to conclude, to, in conclusion, in summary, to summarize, in short, to recapitulate. Dear friends, these were certain words which were the target of mine to give you today in my lecture. And in the upcoming lecture, I'm gonna introduce these words with the addition of lots of other words, and I'll be using all those words in practical examples for your complete understanding. And I hope you will be just waiting for my next lecture to be uploaded. I'll see you in the next published lecture. Until then, God bless you all. Take care of yourself, and bye-bye.